1. Check them out at Indians101.com. We're going to take a break, get you some news, come back with Dr. Football in the house. Bill Chachkes joins us. We'll talk about the NFL final cuts, all the latest here as we head into week 1, and we're going to get his predictions. We'll put them on record as we go through the week here. We'll get everybody's thoughts. Who's coming out into the playoffs, into the Super Bowl, who's winning it all. We'll talk about season predictions and so much more. Dr. Football Bill Chachkes joins us next after the news. Those Indians were a team of destiny, too. Don't worry. Wild thing, baby.
The Sports Fix, your choice for intelligent talk.
I'm expecting a very important delivery at the house, so could you please call me if it arrives? I'll give you my cell number. 401-555-1125.
440.
No, I was just repeating the 4. 1-4.
1-4.
Intelligent talk.
Okay, 1125.
1125. 155.
I'm not giving you quantities of the numbers. I'm giving you the numbers. 1125. Those are the last 4 numbers.
Oh, I see. 1125.
Yes. All right. Now read the number back to me.
Let me get my pen.
The Sports Fix will be right back.
Guys, want to take just a second as we head into this break and remind you about the official business printing source of the Sports Fix, our friends at Signs and Ship. Signs and Ship, I'm telling you, Chris and Pam, they've taken care of me since day one, and they can do the same for you. Whether you're a small business that's already been established and you're looking to grow to that next level and expand your business, or perhaps you've got an idea that you just know is going to be a great business and you need to figure out how to brand it and how to promote it and put it out there, Signs and Ship is the place for you. If you need a logo, they can create one for you. They have a fantastic graphic designer. Business cards, signs, banners, yard signs, mobile advertising, anything you can think of that you need to promote your business, they've got it at Signs and Ship. The best thing about them, too, is each of their locations, whether it's the home base here in Elyria, Ohio that I work with, or their spots in Virginia, Florida, and Pennsylvania, it's all local sourced. Very important to me because we all understand that small business is the lifeblood of the community. So check them out, signsandship.com, or call Chris and Pam today, 440-323-6060, the home office in Elyria, Ohio. Signs and Ship, quality printing at affordable prices.
Hi, this is Joe Tate, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Business owners and professionals, do you want to take your business, your product, your team, your event to the next level? You want to advertise right here with the Sports Fix. Our listeners are among the most loyal listeners, terrestrial or internet. The Sports Fix universe is not only the radio show, but tens of thousands of fans on Facebook and Twitter. Email me, Jerry Myers, thesportsfix@AOL.com. That's thesportsfix@AOL.com. And let me help you swing for the fences and hit it out of the park right here on the Sports Fix. Whether it's an oil change or a new set of tires, Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck has you covered for your automotive car care needs. They're your neighborhood quick service experts. They also offer a low price tire guarantee. Choose from 13 brands, and if you find the same tires at a lower price within 30 days, Quick Lane at Valley Ford will refund the difference. They're open late Monday through Thursday until 9 p.m. and open early Saturday so you can check it off your to-do list and get on with your day. They also have a newly remodeled service lounge and additional service bay just for Quick Lane oil changes. Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck is located at 5715 Canal Road, right under the 480 Bridge in Valley View, just down the road from Independence. 5715 Canal Road, right under the 480 Bridge in Valley View, just down the road from Independence. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane. QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck. That's QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Harry Buffalo. Harry Buffalo, join the herd.
News break.
Good morning, I'm Bob Picozzi. No defensive player in NFL history has ever earned more. Two-time Pro Bowl defensive end J.J. Watt has agreed to re-up with the Houston Texans. And according to ESPN and media reports, it's a 6-year, $100 million deal with $51 million guaranteed. 2 years ago, Watt led the NFL in sacks with 20.5. There will be only one rookie starting at quarterback in Week 1. Coach Dennis Allen choosing Derek Carr ahead of Matt Schaub to start for Oakland on Sunday against the Jets.
After watching him all throughout training camp and in the preseason, you just see a guy that continues to develop and continues to be mature beyond his years as a quarterback, and a guy that we feel very comfortable putting him out there and helping us win football games.
Carr was the 36th player selected in the NFL draft in May. Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood, and Stephen Gallagher named today as the wildcard selections for the European team in this month's Ryder Cup. Captain Paul McGinley did not choose Luke Donald. U.S. team captain Tom Watson announces his captain's picks tonight. Women's quarterfinals begin today at the U.S. Open. Belinda Bencic versus Shui Peng in the first match. Live coverage gets underway at noon Eastern on ESPN.
Right now at Buffalo Wild Wings, there are 3 ways to win it all. Our Brock Burger, cheesy spinach artichoke chicken flatbread, and our wings hand-spun in our limited-time spicy and savory Korean barbecue sauce. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
You're listening to the Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix Live here on the SportsFix.net, the Sports Fix Radio Network, all that jazz. J-Rock back with you here as we get back into it. I got a message right as we were coming back, and I was trying to read it real quick before we were coming back, from Mike Majeski here. He's in the Fantasy Football League, Sports Fix Fantasy Football League drafts tonight. He sent me a message. So here's one way not to win the Fantasy League. Tim Tebow is apparently owned in more ESPN fantasy leagues than Jaguars starting quarterback Chad Henne. More people also own Tebow than Brandon Weeden and several other quarterbacks actually playing football. Well, there you go, man. I mean, just saying, if you own Tim Tebow in your fantasy league, you may not like the results of the way your season goes down. But hey, don't take my word for it. What do I know? You go ahead and pick up old Tim Tebow, man. We got one over here on the bench that's kind of similar too. But I'm just joking. Welcome back in, guys. J-Rock back with you. Going to talk to my man, Dr. Football Bill Chachkes here momentarily. You can keep the conversation going. Facebook.com/TheSportsFix. Tweet with us at TheSportsFixCLE. Email us, TheSportsFix@AOL.com. I see my man Bruce in the chat room dropping the news. WWE never one to miss an opportunity to jump on. Hey, man, good publicity work here by them. They made a promo and invited Michael Sam to come do an appearance on Monday Night Raw and their flagship show that's on USA. Of course, he was cut this weekend and not with it. They say that they will give him an open microphone to tell his side of the story up against the debut doubleheader of Monday Night Raw. So there you go. Of course, look, seriously, as fun as that sounds, his representatives would be crazy to let him do that. You don't give him an open microphone and tell him to go vent his spleen against the people that are trying to give him a job. He's not that crazy. So I don't see him taking advantage of that. But hey, I could be mistaken, but I don't see that coming. Anyways, we'll talk about Michael Sam here. Is the media helping him or hurting him, or does it not matter? We'll talk about all of that. Rosters cut down. My man, Dr. Football, on the phone lines. Let's get him in on the conversation. Bill, how you doing this afternoon?
J-Rock, what's going on?
What's happening with you, my man?
Not much. I got a brand new phone. Other than that, it's everything business as usual.
All right. It's more than just business as usual. It is the kickoff week of the NFL season right here, my friend, and ready to get back into it after all the preseason and gaga and all of that is over. So before you go, we're going to lay down some predictions here. But since I kind of had that thrown out to start the segment, let me pick up right there before we touch the Browns or anything else. Roster cuts this weekend. Michael Sam doesn't make it to the roster of the St. Louis Rams. Also not offered a practice squad spot as well. Talk to me about football first and then everything else? And is it possible to even have that conversation? Because regardless, as much as you would like to say, why are we talking about this? The fact is, every statement begins with openly gay NFL player Michael Sam. None of them start with Michael Sam, NFL player. And that there's nothing you can do about that part of it. But does that, I mean, at this point, is all the media, is this helping him, hurting him? We've heard stories over the weekend that some teams would be interested in taking a flyer, but they don't want the media circus that comes with it. And we mentioned in the offseason, there's a difference between the Johnny Manziel media circus that comes with a first-round draft pick and a high pedigree and a media circus that comes surrounding a guy that is on your second or third level. It's a lot of teams feel that's too much work for that spot on the roster. Agree, disagree? Talk to me about your thoughts on Michael Sam and where he sits right now.
Well, first of all, I agree with that, Jerry. Obviously, he has his own traveling entourage with him, I guess, and that's too much for most teams to be able to deal with. I would have liked to have seen him make the roster, but you have to look at this and say, wait a minute. You're not supposed to while away with draft picks. You're supposed to make every one of your draft picks supposed to make the team. What did he not do to make the team? And you have to look at that and say, well, hey, wait a minute. Did he not give 100% in every practice? Jeff Fisher just say, you know what? I've had enough of this. I like the kid. I wanted to give the kid a shot, but he didn't live up to it. You don't know really the other side of the story, and you're probably never going to know the other side of the story.
So what are your thoughts? I mean, do you believe that he was talented enough to make the Rams or some roster? I mean, talk to me about, is his problem on the field? At the NFL
I don't think
level?
I don't think his problem's on the field. I think his problem is, teams don't want to deal with the extra attention that picking him up would entail.
I mean, because I thought, looking at the bit I saw in the preseason, is that, and obviously you don't see every snap, you only see highlights, and then we got a chance to see the entire Rams game here in Week 3 when they played the Browns. I thought, again, at the level of players that he was in there with when he was in, obviously not, frontliners most of the time, and being able to do not only linebacker but play some defensive end and some different things. He got a lot of looks in different places. I thought he acquitted himself well in the preseason, but again, if he wasn't the first openly gay player, are we having this discussion, or was he just one of 150, 200, 300 marginal, almost good enough players that just didn't make squads for certain reasons?
That's a good point, Jerry. It's just very possible that the Rams said, you know what, we have no room in our defense for this guy. He did not do enough. He did not do enough to make us want to take a chance, continue to take a chance of him. That, to me, seems very strange because you don't waste draft picks, as I was alluding to.
Well, but and I agree with that to a point. When you're tossing out a flyer on the 7th round guy, 6th round guy, stuff like that, you can not waste, but you can definitely take some chances at that point. You're not he wasn't taken in the 1st round of the draft or even an upper round of the draft. You know what I'm saying? But I really think that had if you take the gay thing out of it, he's look at all the guys that were cut here. There's Obadiah. There's guys that, man, me and another Cleveland guy could sit here and go back and forth. Man, that guy should be on the team. He's got some, he's got skills at this, that,
right.
And the other thing. It's just not good enough. And maybe he'll catch on somewhere else. Maybe he won't. So I wonder, and I really do believe, honestly, I think as a society, the media circus is stupid. Listen, they do the same thing here for the guy that's the backup quarterback right now. That's fine. If that's what floats your boat and that's what you want to put on your headlines, all you're doing is making people mad. Like, the biggest complaints I hear about people, is stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to watch ESPN and there's a Manziel update every 5 minutes, even now. And they're like, come on, man, I don't care what the guy ate for lunch. When he plays football, let me know. Other than that, let's talk about stuff that's actually important. So, yeah, from the media aspect, I get it. But I think without that in it, it's just a guy who, man, it's like a coin toss. He very easily could have been good enough to make the 53rd spot on the roster. He very easily could not have. You know what I mean? It just happened that he he didn't. If he picks on somewhere else, he'll get a chance to show himself again. And if he doesn't, I do believe that